We are so screwed. Where are we gonna hide this giant body?
Oh, I got an idea. Okay, what if we build a humongous pyramid over the course of, I don't know, like a couple centuries or something? It's something so outrageously huge that we got entire generations that are just dying out just from stacking up bricks, right? And then, best part, we stick our friend here underneath it.
Brian, you're a genius!
What's going on? It's TheNastyJ back with some more Assassin's Creed Origins, and today we're in Acropolis taking down one of the toughest military bases out here. So Founding Fathers is the quest that I'm on right now, and I'm gonna go over some of the gear I got. I'm using the composite bow, Amenhotep's bow, Hepha's of a sword, I don't know, and a needle. Yeah, and I got the compendium shield. So in this video, of course, I'm going to show you how to do some stealth gameplay here with some tips and tricks on how to take down these camps if you want to go stealthy. So we'll get right into it in a second. All right. So to give you some perspective on how big this camp is, I'll take Sinew up here real quick, and I've already had and took the liberty to mark as many enemies as I could, and just to show you how big this place is. Go up high here and show you the amount of enemies. And if you wanted to tackle taking down all these guys, I guess I got distracted here. If you wanted to take down these guys stealthily instead of getting seen, taking down a couple people, and then getting a whole bunch of reinforcements all coming at you at one time. But maybe somebody can count the number of enemies watching and comment down below how many there is. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to progress the time to nighttime. Enemies are less aware, I guess, at nighttime. Some are sleeping. Habits change. Always like attacking at night. Now the first thing I like to do is set up a point of attack. Where do I want to start first? And every time that I go into a camp to take down enemies, I always start from the outside and work my way in. And I always start with the top and work my way to the bottom, as you'll see here in the video. Crouching is a great way to remain silent when sneaking up on enemies. And then of course pressing Y to assassinate a target. And doing the same to the sleeping enemies as well. Now if you want some stealth tips and tricks, I have a video up. And I'll have a card pop up here and a link to it in the description below if you want some tips and tricks. Short video explaining how to do different things and all that good stuff. But with this, I just kind of wanted to show off taking down one of the biggest camps in the game stealthily, just to show that it can be done. And yeah,
off limits.
Now you'll notice me always panning around the camera too, and that's always to check behind me and to my sides to make sure that no other enemy has a line of sight that can see me from up here. Sleep darts. Definitely one of the best things in the game. Best ability to unlock is those sleep darts, especially when you get cornered by a few enemies or they spot you, which you'll see in this video. It happens. Now these braziers are good to set traps on them anytime that you get a chance to, just in case you do get spotted and go into conflict. That if somebody runs up there to try to light it, then they won't be able to. But yeah, as I mentioned, you see, I like working my way around the base, starting at the top level, and then I'll slowly work my way inside. Now see, this point is an opportunity. I see the captain there, moving up right below me. And I'm thinking to myself, should I break what I have going on to try to go assassinate this guy now? Or wait till I'm done with the top and then move in? And ultimately what I do is I make sure that if I have to leap a building to go over to him, which I decide to do, that this guy over here doesn't have a walking path that would end up seeing me as I was in the middle of jumping over there. So the best thing to do is to assassinate that guy first and then go back and take the opportunity since it presented itself. And there I tried to jump to that ledge, but obviously Bayek wanted to jump in the grass. So and that is when I got the Dozier's Pride shield, which is a good shield in the game. It's definitely something you want to keep around, depending on what you want to do. Opportunity to take that air assassination. Another tip too, when you're doing stuff that's stealthy, is you want to hide bodies. You don't want to leave the bodies out in the open, especially on a main path like that. Now up at the top, not very many guards patrol, so you'll be alright leaving the bodies laying up there. But as far as down there and moving down from the second to first level. You don't want to leave bodies in the street. And at this point, I think I've cleared out all the enemies at the top. So now what I want to do is take the opportunity to take out these 4 guys. And we'll see. Here I see a guard that's made his way up to the top, which normally doesn't happen, but I don't want him to keep walking around and maybe find a body. So I'm going to run back over here and try to take him out. That's where we killed the guy earlier, right in there. And see, if I left that body on the street, you would have seen it. So and if you're wondering how to throw your enemies while you're carrying them, you hold down left trigger and left bumper, and then press right trigger and right bumper to throw. So all 4 top buttons. Hold the left ones first, and then press the right ones both down at the same time, and you'll chunk your enemy. Now, I see the loot box there, treasure, and I'm not exactly sure where it's at, so that's why I'm heading in that direction. And I'm like, where is it? And then I run up and I see this guy like standing right here, so I'm like, well, I'm glad I didn't just keep running out in the open. So, and I got lucky too, because I didn't see those 2 guys. And if you wanted to, you know, you can always, at any time, use Sinew by pressing up on the D-pad to scout the area. Just see if there's any new enemies that are coming out, or maybe you didn't tag in the first place. So, just keep that in mind. And, I didn't see that guy. Standing there watching that, I guess, the doorway. From, yeah. So So I'm always checking my surroundings to make sure I don't get spotted while I'm trying to move up on somebody. And I tried to sneak up on this big guy, but he definitely seen me. But that quick reaction with the sleeping darts negate any of that conflict. And I apologize for the game audio being choppy. I was using XSplit to capture the game. And I didn't have the codec for the audio set up correctly. So the bit rate was off. So that's why there's a lot of popping and all that crap. So I fixed it now. But then again, I just went and bought a 2 terabyte hard drive to record the gameplay directly from the Xbox. So I'm going to try that out next and see how good it is. And I had an Elgato capture card for a while, but when I got the Xbox One S and 4K TV, when I plugged in the Elgato, it wanted to switch the TV's resolution to 1080p. And I'm like, well, why did I buy a 4K TV to watch 4K content and to play games in HDR and stuff like that, just to have to unplug and plug back in the Elgato game capture because it only records in 1080p, which I thought was stupid. So I returned it, needless to say. So here it was getting daylight, and I wanted to stay in the shadows, obviously, and so I progressed the time. Now, one thing I did not know and realized was that when you progress the time like that, even though you've already started clearing out this camp, new enemies are going to come in from, I guess, I don't know where. The enemies that you've already killed are still there, dead, but yet there's now new enemies. And so just keep that in mind too. If you do like I did, that you might have to retrace your steps and go take out people that you've already cleared or areas that you've already cleared. I really do recommend investing in the ability to automatically loot people when you assassinate them, because loot doesn't drop automatically when you kill people in this game for some reason, and you'll end up having to retrace your steps over and over again to pick loot back up, and then sometimes it can glitch into the ground and you can't pick it up. Like, I've had a boss that I defeated that was supposed to give me a legendary piece of gear, and the loot glitched into the ground and I could not pick it up, and I could not reset the quest objective because that was the guy to kill, and as soon as I killed him it completed it, so I couldn't reload it and do it again. And if I had died after that part, then it wouldn't put me back in there before I killed him. It would put me in that same area after I killed him, so, and the loot wouldn't be there either, so. Question that somebody might have is, how much do you need to max out your hidden blade to perform these instant assassinations? And really what it comes down to is your rank or your level versus your enemy's level. But I would spend some materials and resources into upgrading it, you know, as much as you can, just like everything else. I mean, the first thing you definitely want to do is your melee damage and your health, for sure. Get that up, definitely. And then upgrade your hidden blade. And the more it's upgraded, the more damage it will do. So that's the important key there. And I know mine's like super high. I think I've already got it maxed out when doing this. But like I said, when you go up to somebody and you have the option to press Y to assassinate them, you'll see if they have more health than what your stealth attack will do. So you'll know, I can't assassinate this level 35 or whatever guy. So, and you know, I have ran up on enemies like that before, where I know that one attack isn't going to kill them. And so what I do is I get my sleep dart ready and I go in for the assassination, and then as soon as they turn on me, I hit them with the sleep dart and then I finish them. So keep those extra tricks in your bag. Now I know I've got a few guys left, and so I'm trying to make my way over there. Let's finish off the rest of them.
Vatos medallion. The priest will be glad to see the relics.
Now this guy almost see me, so quick maneuverability and action plus stealth allows you to rectify the situation when you've made a mistake. And now this guy heard something, but he was too slow to get up, so he had to go. Now in case somebody comes snooping around or walks by the door or something and see that body, I wouldn't be too happy about that, so go ahead and move that body into the darkness. If you like this kind of gameplay and want to see more in the future or something, or even guns blazing type gameplay, let me know definitely in the comments below, or by hitting the like button. That'll definitely let me know if you liked it. But here now, see, this guy saw me and I hit him with the sleep dart. I hit that guy with the sleep dart, hit that one, and then the third one as well, because now they were all going to be alerted within seconds. So that's how handy it can come in. Now, even if a guard sees another body on the ground or another, like one of their comrades, they'll probably get alerted at first and look for the, you know, what had happened. But then eventually they will actually take the bodies and they will dispose of the bodies or move the bodies because they don't want the bodies in the street too. So I thought that was a cool thing that they implemented into the game, was that the enemies will even clear their own people out if need be. Now, from this angle when walking up, I wasn't really sure which way he was facing, which is probably obvious now that he'd be facing away while he'd be looking at the bush, but I thought maybe he had heard me, so I just decided to sleep dart him. When I'm running up on a group of guys like that, I always want to get the furthest one away, especially if he's looking at the direction when talking. Hit him first, and the guy that's got his back to you, I hit him last. Now, when I approached the situation, I did notice that they were staggered, and that if I hit the guy on the left first or hit the guy on the right first, the guy in the middle probably would have seen that, because the pillar is blocking the view. Oh, I said it backwards here. Because I knew that the pillars were blocking the view of the guard in the middle, I knew that I could hit the two on the left and right first without him seeing them go down, and then assassinate him, and only use 2 sleep darts to take out those 2 guys. Now, I think at this point I was curious to try to see if there was any loot that I might have missed before I moved on. Now, as I approach this guy, I hit him with the sleep dart just in case that guy I need to hit with the sleep dart real quick. But now I know that he can't see me, so I'm going to go ahead and assassinate this guy and get rid of the body. Now, watch this failed attempt here where I try to throw him over, but yet he slides on the on the railing. I'm going to try again and jump up here, and that works. And I missed, but then I got him before he... So now I'm trying to put him in the water, but the game's not letting me. So I just chunk him in the water. I tried to sneak up on this guy and get close to him to try to assassinate him, but there wasn't enough room between me, the wall, and him, so I had to use the sleep dart, of course. And now I'm out of sleep darts because I've wasted, I think, 2 or 3 of them. 2 of them, I think it was. So now I've got to try to use my bow. He was alerted, but yet the other guy's, I believe, inside. I believe that's Flavius, whatever. Yeah. So, anyways, that's it. I've done now, taken out everybody at that camp stealthily. And left nobody else around. And if you're watching this because you're trying to clear this area out and you're trying to look for that last bit of loot that's under there, that's eluded a lot of people, and even myself included. And I didn't cut any of this video because I didn't want, for any reason, somebody to be like, whatever. But I will cut it after now that it's done. I'll cut it because now I want to look for it, and you don't want to watch the gameplay of me run around trying to find this thing, and then I took some time, looked it up, found out where it's at, and yeah, so I'll cut from there, and or from here, and then I'll cut back over to where the loot is. And there it is. And then now Acropolis is completely cleared out. All the treasure, all the loot, and everything has been found. And one of the hardest bases in the game to complete stealth-wise has been completed fully. So if you liked the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if you tried it. If you made a video about it, link it down below. I'd like to check it out. That'd be pretty cool. Again, if you want some stealth tips and tricks, that link is in the description as well. I got a short video just for that. So anyways, thanks for watching. Until the next one, I'm out.